And we are live. How is everybody doing? Right now it's about 11:35 a.m. here Pacific Coast time. It's Andrew, another live stream, and I'm trying something different. I'm trying to do it here in a different times to accommodate certain time zones. So hopefully I look okay. The stream is okay. I'm going to be doing it in 1080p. So let me know how it sounds, how it looks. We're going to say hello to a few people, but normally I've been doing this at night, Pacific Coast time, and I'm getting a lot of people couldn't get a chance to check out the live stream. So I'm doing it on a Saturday. Right now, it is again 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, and hopefully this will work a lot better. Can you see me and hear me okay? Because that's important, of course. Let's say hello to a few people. Hello, Christian Gomez. Now, I was supposed to live stream also on Amazon, but I wanted to do a 1080p live stream tonight to test out my new software. So that will be at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Coast time, and I'll be talking about a bunch of stuff that I use in everyday tech, and I'll talk about that here, of course, as well. But this, I'm going to open it up to Q&As to people. Hello, Christian Gomez. Hello, Alessi from the UK. And the reason you're not seeing your avatar is because originally I was supposed to do Amazon live stream, but because I'm multi-streaming on something called Restream.io, it's bringing it in from multiple sources. And I decided last moment I couldn't go on Amazon, so it's still bringing in just the YouTube logo. So make a long story short, next time you'll see your avatar, but it's still working. Punravel, looking good, perfect sound. How does the camera look? I know for those of you that caught the last live stream, it didn't look great. Tech Realm is here. Let me get you on the screen here. Looks perfect. Face is a bit jagged on the edges. Yes, I'm using a green screen. I'm using a much better camera now. I'm no longer using the, if I get rid of the green screen, it'll be fine. But I want it, it's a mess in here, so I didn't want to go that route. We have 28 of you. Again, I wasn't really planning. I just trying to see what works at this point. So we'll see. Paul, good to see you. I hope this is a better time for you. Let me put you on the live stream here. Where are you, Paul? I just saw you somewhere, but it's coming in fast and furious. There we go. Okay, looking good. The image is clearer. Sound is crisp. That's what I want to hear. Good job, guys. Okay, let's see who else is here. We said hello to Tech Realm. Let's see, Punravel, Christian, and let's see, Rips. I'm not going to even try. So glad I found this week and can now catch my first stream. Great to have you. Hope this is a good time for everybody. I'm trying to find the right time that works for everybody. Thank you, Punravel. And I really appreciate this, Paul, for the really, really nice comments that you make. Let's see here. So I wanted to sort of open it up to a Q&A tonight, or today, I should say, or tonight, depending on where you are. I have a few stuff I wanted to talk about originally on Amazon. I'll talk about it here as well. And I'll do the Amazon live stream about 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, because I really want to get I couldn't do it this week, so I really want to get an Amazon live stream in because people are really liking that. Just a little bit of housekeeping measures. The channel is getting very close to now 83,000 subscribers. So if you're watching me for the first time, and if you haven't checked out my channel, do so. Hit the subscribe button if it's something you like. I do a lot of laptop reviews. I do tablets, smartphones. I do all two-in-ones. I do a lot of different things. I do smartwatches. So I do a lot of different stuff. All right. So the channel's looking good. We're gaining subscribers. I'd like to get to 100,000 subscribers this year. Oh, Tech Free Needs is here. Good to see you. Hello. So right now, let's see how the live stream is doing. I just want to see the bandwidth. It's looking good so far, I think. I'm checking the bandwidth on Restream. And it's looking good. It's looking good so far. So I'm happy with that. All right. So I'm opening up to questions. We'll talk about a few devices I have here as well. Now, I'm going to show you just a little bit of what I have here. Let's swap out the cameras. Now, bear in mind, this is not going to be the best camera. The focus is not great, but I needed to swap out the cameras and put the overhead. It's a little bit Not great in terms of the focus, but you can at least get the idea, and I'll fix it on my Amazon live stream. But either way, I got a few watches. I have the new TicWatch Pro right here, and I don't know if I can maybe adjust it. Hold on, let me see if I can quickly focus this. Just bear with me. I don't know if that helped, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm using a Canon T5, a Rebel T5. Not great. And I'm connected directly to my Mac on USB. But let me switch it up a little bit here. But, and again, I want to basically go full screen on me for now because I'm not loving that. I'm not loving that look on that camera. But we'll talk about it. You know, and I got the encoder coming from Blackmagic, so that'll change. All right, let's see. Yeah, Dan, I'm glad you were able to log in at the right time. Yeah, I wasn't totally. I was going to do an Amazon live stream. I've got the new software, as you know, Dan, and I didn't know if I was going to go live or not, but I wanted to really test it out. I was going to do a simulcast with Amazon Live, but I will do that later on today. But I'm opening it up to questions, so let's see what you guys have to say. Well, when I'm using my Galaxy Watch, it's a beast with my Note 10 Plus. Yeah, so he's talking about the Galaxy Watch, which I have right here. Oh, I always hit my microphone. This is the beauty of doing things live. I have my Galaxy Watch right here, as you can see, and I really, really like this. Let me see if I can... Should be in focus. Great watch. I reviewed this. In fact, let me bring up the video. And the reason I'm bringing it up, you can pick it up at Amazon right now for about $239. And when the stream is over, I'll put the link below. But let me see if I can bring up my video and we can sort of go through that. Let me go to Samsung Galaxy Watch. And then I'll put Andrew Mark David. That'll get my video. And let's see if we can find it. It's here. And let me share that screen. Can everybody still hear me? Okay. And let me know if that's not. Okay, so I've got the video playing, and this is when I did my video wearing that little crazy jacket. So this is the, and then I can make this full screen here. So this is the Samsung Galaxy Watch, and at the time it was $349, as you can see here. Can you all hear me okay? I just want to make sure. And William, you have one also, and I still use mine, although I do wear my Rolex, which you see here, as you probably saw in a lot of my videos. But yeah, the Galaxy Watch is great. It's great with Android devices in particular. It's also, I believe, iOS compatible. But you get, I guess, the better functionality out of the Android. And as you can see from the video, I unboxed it with my knife, of course. Really beautiful watch. And let me just fast forward it a little bit. I mean, I really love it. Now, you could pick it up at Amazon for right now, $239, and really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Let me bump it down from 4K. It's a little bit stuttering since we're doing live stream. Let's just put 1080p. And really good. So what I like about it is good updates that Samsung has been giving it as of late. Let's see what Bo says. Tips to Galaxy Watch works with my Sonos. Please, greetings from Denmark. Thank you for that great tip. It does work with Sonos. That's good to know. The Active Watch 2 is also very good. I don't have one to review. I think I might plan to get one very soon. So we'll see. Pairing was very easy at the time. It's a similar pairing process, if I remember. It's running Tizen, of course. Really, to me, if you're an Android user, if you have a Galaxy phone or even any Android phone for that matter, this is a great choice. If you're not into the iOS ecosystem and wanting to get an Apple Watch, this is the one to go to. We got 36 of you live in the live stream. Yeah, and a lot of people like the fact that you can get a lot of watch faces and so forth. I really like that, and to me, that's a really great feature to have. And they make it very easy to get it as well. Now, I love the rotating dial. That's one of my favorite bezels, the rotating bezel. And that, to me, is a great way to navigate through a smartwatch. I think more manufacturers should do it. I know certain Android Wear devices have that rotating crown that you can use as well. Now, it's running the Exynos 9110, a dual-core processor. Now, if you get the LTE version, it's got 1.5 gigabytes of RAM because it needs the extra RAM for that LTE modem. And it's also, if you get the Wi-Fi version, it's 768 in terms of the RAM. It comes in a 46 or 42 millimeter. I have the 46, of course. Super AMOLED display, 1.3 inches. It's absolutely gorgeous, as you can see here. Covered in Gorilla Glass DX Plus, and I have been using this for about 2 years already, and it's still holding up well. Good resolution, good pixels per inch, as you can see. It's a great, great smartwatch. I don't have the Fossil Gen 5, so I can't really comment on it, but I do have the TicWatch Pro 2020. Now, if you watched my review of the LTE version, which I have here as well, I'm going to unbox this TicWatch Pro 2020. There are a couple of differences, not major differences, but there are some notable differences from the LTE model. We'll talk about that in a moment. Now, Joey Boy has the Galaxy Watch LTE favorite. Greetings from the Philippines. Hello from the Philippines. I'm glad you could join us on the live stream. Great. I love using this as to take phone calls, as you can see in the video. Really, really good stuff with Samsung, the Galaxy Watch. I really like it. Now, let's see what else. We'll talk about Galaxy Watch here. Jerry X. Also, I can get many watch faces. We talked about that. What do I think about the Tab S6 while we're on the Galaxy theme? I love it. If you watched my review and you know I think it's the best Android tablet out there. I love its gorgeous Super AMOLED display. I just wish, one thing I wish, a bigger version this year. Hopefully we'll see that with the upgrade this year. So hopefully we'll get a larger one. I want something about 12.5 to 13 inches like the iPad Pro, which I actually have as well. I have that here. And again, that rotating dial is great. Now, one thing missing from the Galaxy Watch that was in previous versions, I think the Galaxy S3 Frontier, was MST payments, which they don't have on this. This is using NFC, and you can use it with, obviously, Samsung Pay, and it worked well. So it was very good in that regard. Anyway, so you got the point. Samsung Galaxy Watch, and let me go back to my full screen here. And for those wondering, yes, I do have it here, right here, but I'm not crazy about the focus right now on the camera. I don't want to stop to fix it, but it's right here, as you can see, out of focus, of course, but you get the picture. In fact, it's bothering me now. I'm going to have to fix that at some point. We'll get rid of that for now. Okay, so let me stop that video here in the background so we don't need the unnecessary resources. We've got 43 of you in the live stream. I'm glad everybody can join me. All right, so I also want to talk about the TicWatch Pro. Now, the TicWatch Pro is something that I've reviewed in the past. I have the new one here, and I'll just show it on the camera like this. TicWatch Pro 2020, and again, Wear OS. It's got, let me just read off some of the stats. Wear OS, 5-day battery life with the display, IP68 water resistance, heart rate monitor, step tracking, it's got the Google Play, of course, with the store. You get the Google Assistant built in, music streaming, GPS tracker, made with it's got a different watch band this time. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And it's got a little bit of a different look. Now, I have the TicWatch Pro. So this was the LTE version, and then this was the new version. So new version, 4G LTE version. So as you can see. Like you made a video on Dell XPS 13, I want to know that it is good for gaming purposes, or should I go for the MacBook? I know I'm going off the topic, but I finally got a chance to ask you. Jerry, no problem. You know I love the XPS 13. You can play games on it. Now, you have to lower some of the settings. You're not going to be playing AAA games on it. It does have Intel Iris Plus graphics. 10th generation Ice Lake Core i7 is the one I reviewed. Full AC Plus, touch display, excellent in that regard. 4-sided bezels, minimal bezels, very small bezels, which you know I like. Gaming, again, older titles. If you lower the settings, if you're you're not going to be playing AAA titles. Get something with a dedicated GPU or discrete GPU. This has again Intel Iris Plus graphics, which is certainly a step up over last year's UHD graphics, but this is better, okay? But if you're looking to game, now the MacBook, there's a bunch of MacBooks. You're talking MacBook Air, are you talking 13-inch MacBook Pro as the equivalent? Again, need more information, Jerry, but that's the case. Let's see here. Let's see what Juan has to say. Juan Vargas Sagara. Hi, Andrew. I'm a person with disabilities, and for that reason, I have to use Tobii Mini Eye Tracker, but sadly, this eye tracker doesn't support Mac OS. Do you think Parallels is the solution? Parallels allows you to run an Mac OS. Parallels allows you to run Windows in emulation on a Mac. It's okay as far as they've gotten better over the years. You might want to run Boot Camp. That might be one way if you want to do it. But if you want to run Parallels, it definitely will do the job. But there are some issues, and I can't go into it in this live stream. But yes, Parallels might be a way for you to run a Windows application, of course, in a separate window that runs in emulation mode. Yeah, so Parallels might work for you, and I'm glad you can join the live stream. Could you use an eGPU with it maybe? Dan, are you talking about the XPS 13? You definitely can, because it has Thunderbolt 3 ports, 2 of them, and it has 4 lanes. So let me bring it here. I have it here. So we're going to turn this into an XPS live stream again. So you have one Thunderbolt port there, and then one on the other side, as you can see there. And one of my favorite, of course, laptops there is. So very, very good stuff with the Dell XPS 13. Yes, definitely can put an eGPU, and that may be one solution if you want to, Jerry, if you want to put games on this, you might want to invest in an eGPU. Of course, that will add to the cost. You're going to have to get a GPU. Okay, we're going to have to switch. My camera got too hot, and yeah, that's because I'm on a this is I hate when this happens. All right, let's switch over. I didn't want to have to do this. Oh boy. Now the camera's going to have to cool down. So let me bring that out. So we're back. We're back to square one with this lousy, and that's an A6300, and it gets hot. So I didn't know how long I would be able to get away with this, but let's fix the picture a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm back to the blurry vision again, but this is my backup. I knew something like this would happen because of the Sony A6300's overheating issues. So we were good for a while there. We made it. I don't know how long we've been how long we've been live, but we made it a little bit. About a half an hour, maybe less, before it overheated. We'll try it again in a moment if it comes back up. We'll see. All right. And I appreciate that. I know I'm back to the blurry. Don't remind me. I know I'm not happy. Yeah, and by the way, we're in Vegas, so it is hot, thanks to Shlomo telling us that. All right, so I do say your videos all super cool. I do say, sir, you deserve more than 1 million subscribers. I'm truly saying that from the bottom of my heart. Well, I really appreciate that. That's a pretty nice thing to say. I'm just fixing this a little bit. Oops. I hate this. All right, well, it is what it is. Let's mask the edges. I'm trying to make it look a little bit better. Brightness down. I had a feeling it would overheat. That's the Sony a6300 for those wondering. So, all right, I made it look a little bit better. I'm a little bit pixelated. I'm sweaty here in Las Vegas. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Put ice on it. Yeah, we might have to. It's cooling down as we speak. I probably will get it back up and running. I thought I could have escaped this FaceTime camera, but I guess we cannot. The gods won't let us. Absolutely. What good is a camera if it only works part-time? And that's the problem with the 6300. I love the camera, and it looked great while we had it, but it overheats. I had it, and in all fairness, though, I did have it on for about 20 minutes before testing stuff. So a little bit my fault. We're going to let it cool down. We'll get it back up and running in a moment. But we'll just stick with this for now. Not a huge deal. But it's something to talk about, right? So we have a little bit of technical difficulties. But we have 40 of you in the live stream, so that's good. Let me see how it's looking over here. If I could put, yeah, that's life in Vegas, that's for sure. Okay, let's take another question. We'll just make it a Q&A at this point. Things are just falling apart. Hi, Andrew. Sorry for disturbing. You're not disturbing me. This is what I'm here for. I just want to advice from you. I'm going to college for my studies in 3D animation and graphics. Can you suggest me a good thin and light but good laptop? Well, if you're doing 3D animation and graphics, I would stick with something like the Lenovo ThinkPad P1. Gen 2, and I would go, and it can get very pricey, but again, you're looking for something that has power, that's a powerhouse, that can also that's thin and light for you to use to take you from class to classroom, of course, when we, of course, get out of quarantine. So that might be something you need to consider at that point. I would also look at the HP ZBook 15 G6, which I recently reviewed on the channel. So that might be another one for you to take a look at. Not quite as thin, but pretty powerful as well. Again, price is going to be an issue on these. Then you may want to look also, and the other thing you might want to look at is a MacBook Pro 16-inch. They can also get quite pricey, of course, especially if you want to go with 32 gigabytes of RAM, which, of course, I would always recommend going for more RAM for something like that. So that might be just a couple of suggestions for you. I will be hopefully reviewing the 16-inch very soon, so stay tuned for that. And again, we started off on the Sony a6300. It conked on us. It overheated. I might have to update the firmware on that, I think, because I don't use it all the time in my videos. But it looked great, but what good is it if it can't last more than 20 minutes? Again, that's the problem with the Sony a6300. Jerry wants to ask another question, which is, of course, welcome. Sir, I hope you don't mind if I ask you one more question. I want to know, for which laptop should I go for? Till now, I've been some rumors that Dell is bringing a way much better than the current Model 13. I don't know. I don't have any specific information. They just released this XPS 13 with the 10th generation Ice Lake processors, updated keyboard, the one I have right here, of course, and to me, it's great. I love it. I keep looking at that camera. I should be looking at this camera, of course. I'm so used to that one that conked out on us. Yeah, so you can be you could be looking at the Dell XPS 13, but if there is a new model, I don't have any information about it. A lot of good stuff coming out this year, so hopefully we will see them sooner rather than later. And then the other thing is we need more information. Now, there is a new Razer Blade Stealth 13. that I will be reviewing that has a dedicated graphics card, which is really good. GTX 1650, I believe, Ti, if I'm not mistaken. It's also going to have a option for 120 hertz display. So it's going to be some pretty interesting stuff. A 144 hertz, I think, display. Anyway, I tweeted it out. Check out my Twitter feed. You'll see what I'm talking about. On your Pro, what keyboard do you recommend for it? Which device are you talking about, Joseph? Just remind me, because we're a little bit off topic, so I don't want to give you the wrong information. Just let me know. Robert saying, 2-in-1 recommendation that will last a few years, 15. Greetings from Sweden. Love your channel. Well, there are a couple. You can go with the HP Spectre X360, which is going to get a refresh hopefully soon, which I'm expecting. And then the Dell XPS 15, which we already saw leaked images, leaked information, which is coming in May. And then the XPS. But that's not going to be a 2-in-1. That's going to be a clamshell. So the HP Spectre X360 15-inch is one to keep your eye on. So that would be one I would definitely look at. The current X360 NV has 2 RAM slots. From what I understand, Dan, yes, I have the wood one here, and they don't make it easy for you to get inside this. This is the 10th generation Ice Lake, and I'm going to drop that video probably tomorrow if I can get it done. It's the wood edition. It has the wood here, and you can see it right there. And I'm staying away from that camera. It's not looking good. So yeah, so you can definitely go with that. So as far as the 2 RAM slots, I don't know. We did see that. I did attend the press conference. They didn't talk about that, of course. But once I get a review unit in, hopefully very soon, I will open it up and let you know. Hopefully I can open it up. We'll try. Oh, keyboard for the iPad Pro. Thanks, Dan. So the iPad Pro, which I have here, and I have the 12.8 inches, 8-inch one. I think the new Magic Keyboard looks good, but it's really, really expensive. I know Logitech came out with one that looks pretty interesting, but I don't know if that's for the 11-inch model. That might be for the 10.5-inch model and the iPad Air. But I think the Logitech makes a number of them. I know Bridge makes a good keyboard for the iPad Pro. I think both sizes as well. So you may want to check out the Bridge. In fact, we can take a look at it real quick. Let's get to this. Let's see. Pro 11. And I'm going to bring up my secondary display. And if we go to the Bridge website, you can see here $149. And so this is an option here. This is an option for you. It's got a premium aluminum body. It's got a 180-degree viewing angle. It's got adjustable backlight keys, dual connectivity. You could do USB-C and Bluetooth. You have 12 months battery life per charge. It's got good reviews. I've heard good stuff about it. They also make one for the iPad Pro, and that one's $169. There are some budget options also. Let me see if I have one here. I have one from an Amazon seller that sent me one. I don't have it in front of me, but it doesn't have a keypad. It doesn't have a touchpad. This one doesn't have a touchpad either. So pretty interesting stuff. But if you're looking for a keyboard, that might be the one to go for. I've heard good stuff about the Bridge. Let's get some other questions in here. Okay. Paul is saying, I'm really looking forward to the HP Spectre X360 15 2020. And if I recommend it, and again, I'll test it. Again, thermals might be an issue. We're going to find out once I do get a review unit. I have a good relationship with HP, and I'm expecting to get it once it is released. So yeah, I love the Spectre X360. In fact, let me Let me pull in a video from last year. Spectre, if I have it on here, let's see. Spectre X60. I'm in the mood to take a look at that one. This is the 15-inch. Okay. And I'm going to lower the volume on it. I don't think we need the volume. So, in this video, so this was one I reviewed late last year. This had pretty good specs, of course. GTX 1050 Ti and all that. And that was my first look video as well. This is the review video. You're looking at a Core i7 in this model, which is the H model, of course, with 6 cores. GTX 1050 Ti with Max-Q design, 4 gigabytes of RAM, of video RAM, and then you can get it with 16 DDR4. Hopefully they'll up that this year to at least 32. We need to see 32 as being something of an option. I like that you could open this one up also, and you can add RAM and storage. Let me see when I opened it up in this video. I don't remember if I did. I'm sure I did at some point, or maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I usually do, but it's definitely upgradable. Didn't I do it? I'm sure I did it here somewhere. I would like to see better reads on that, by the way. Where is it? Maybe I didn't. Why wouldn't I not open this up? Maybe there was a reason for it. Anyway, bottom line is it's good. Great display, by the way. Really, really liked it. And the color gamut was very good. I was using a different system then. That's why you see the numbers like that. But I'm using more traditional means now. Beautiful display, as you can see here. Again, I'm looking forward to this refresh also. I'd like to see it brighter. 299 nits wasn't the brightest. I'd like to get that higher. And I'm expecting them to make a brighter one this time around. Okay, let's go back to me. All right, so what is your favorite tech in each category? Computer, tablet, watch. So computer, well, I mean, computer can be either a laptop, of course, and right now my favorite laptop is the Dell XPS 13. It won the showdown. Thin and light laptops. My favorite, and I also love the HP Spectre X360, even though I gave the win to the Dell XPS 13, and it deserved to win, that's for sure. So keep that in mind. But let me just fix this a little bit. There we go. But then it looks crappy there. All right, I don't know. Not great with this green screen. I'm a little bit upset now. Looked so good. Let's see if we can get back that camera. So getting back to the question. Computer, Dell XPS 13, thin and light. 15-inch, I like the Dell XPS 15 2020 coming. Hopefully, we'll see what that's going to offer. Tablet, Android side, I like the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. I like the iPad Pro 12.9 on the Apple side. And then I like the Samsung Galaxy Watch, which I have here. I like that as far as a smartwatch is concerned. Okay? So that's just to give you a little bit of an example. The 2-watt display. We've seen the 1-watt displays we know give better battery life. Paul, are you talking about 2-watt display on which computer? I haven't heard if are they going to be going with a 2-watt display? Because if so, maybe that will do better on battery life. I know 1-watt we saw with the HP Elite Dragonfly and the HP Spectre X360. I know that's done really well, and battery life without sacrificing color gamut, color accuracy. So that's pretty good. Now, what's the best ultra portable for typing on? One of the best keyboards would be the Microsoft Surface Laptop 3. One of my favorite keyboards. I like the Dell XPS 13 9300. That improved keyboard is really good. Okay. My dog is barking. I never used a MacBook or iPhone before. I've always been an Android and Windows boy. Should I try the Mac OS or should I just stick to Windows? Hargoband, try something new, I guess. it's a different experience. I use them. I use both platforms. I do all my editing, pretty much all my editing on a MacBook, an iMac 2017, which will be upgraded to an iMac Pro very shortly. I've used MacBook Pros in the past. I've just reviewed the MacBook Air. Mac OS and the ecosystem, the Apple ecosystem in general is pretty good, although you're pretty limited in certain things you can do. If you use an Apple Watch, if you use an iPhone, it all ties in very nicely. So, and you like iMessage, then you might want to try it. But if you've been a Windows and an Android person, it might be good to try something new, but I have a feeling you're going to stick with the Android and Windows. But that's just what I kind of anticipate. Yeah, Paul, the Spectre refresh with a 2-watt option would be fantastic with the new AR coding that they showcase at CS. Yes. So I think I remember now when I met with HP. Yeah, this should be pretty interesting. If they can put a 2-watt display on that, a 2-watt option, then that might be, and the AR coding, that might be something that would be pretty interesting. I think I remember now seeing it, now that you jogged my memory on that. So really would be a great option, and I can't wait to they release it to the general public. Yeah, a lot of people are having the same issue. They see, but right now Apple just released their iPhone SE. They released their, and I'm trying to see if that camera's ready. It's not. Let me try to restart the other camera. If you can just give me a moment. I'm going to put you back on the previous screen just because I want to see if I can get that other camera working. So stay tuned. We're going to be right. Okay, it doesn't look like it's still working. Let me, oh yeah, hold on. We're back. All right, so let me remove this one. I don't know how long this will go, okay? Okay, we're back. We're back on. I don't know how long this will go, so we have the FaceTime camera as backup. Does this look okay? We'll just go with what we have right now. Jerry's saying, I'm so confused. I don't know. What should I do? Please, sir, if you can suggest the best laptop for super thin bezels, then you know what it is. It's the Dell XPS 13. It has the thinnest bezels all around. It has the good performance out of that 10th generation Ice Lake processor, Intel Iris Plus graphics, touch display if you're looking for a touch display. If you're looking for thin and light, it checks that category. Good looks with that frost white and the glass woven interior. I love that material on there, and it stays fantastic. It looks fantastic. So this might be the ticket, the Dell XPS 13, Jerry. I don't know if that's one you've been considering. I imagine you are, but I would check it out. Now, if you're going to look for gaming, the Dell X, and if it's not a 2-in-1, if you're not needing a 2-in-1, you can go for the Dell XPS 15, although a refresh is coming very soon. And if you play a lot of games, that has a dedicated GPU. Also check out the HP Spectre X360 15-inch version, also with a dedicated GPU. Again, both I've reviewed all of these. Check it out on my channel. I will be reviewing the XPS 15 when it gets released next month. Manuel is saying, I appreciated the Spectre X360 reviews you've done. I bought one this week and it's currently on clearance at Best Buy for $11.69. So easy sale for me. Yeah, it's great. It checks all the boxes, especially if you're looking for a 2-in-1 convertible. Comes with the pen, if I'm not mistaken. You should have gotten a pen with it. It comes with the Iris Plus graphics if you go with the Core i7. And if you get the premium build, it has premium build and quality. Let me show it to you. A little bit dirty, but there it is. Okay. Sorry about the green screen in the background. So it's good. Okay, Paul's asking, Andrew, so I feel bad. I so feel for you about being uneasy when your tech isn't working correctly. You should see me when I'm having a problem with my tech when I'm teaching. Oh, man. This live stuff, I love doing it, but you don't realize what kind of stuff are behind the scenes that I have to do. I'm producing it. I'm doing everything, running the software. There's technical glitches, cameras that are conking out on me because they're overheating. But good news is I had a backup plan, so it seems to be working. Again, this is the whole beauty of live, right? It's not going to be as polished as one of my reviews, of course. So, so that's it. Okay. On the Samsung Book S, and with say a 1 terabyte SD card, you can move Windows apps to the drive with a little modification to registry, and it worked great. Well, that's great news. I'm glad you were able to do that and let us know about that. My contact's bothering me. Yeah, that would be a great solution, and I'm glad you got it working. So if you can maybe let us know, maybe send me an email or something, let us know the exact procedure. We can maybe talk about it on a video or maybe on an upcoming live stream. So thank you, Edward. That's really good. How does everybody liking the live stream? We got 48 of you. And I want to talk about Jerry, I want to talk about the Book S. I love it. It's fantastic. It's got built-in LTE. Windows on ARM, of course, is not for everybody, but for the right scenario, for the right person, for the right needs, they will love it. And I absolutely love it, as you know. And it's a great grab-and-go machine with, again, always connected. You're not relying on some public Wi-Fi that's not safe or could be compromised in some way. So you have a more secure connection. So that's one I would definitely look at. I love it. It's thin, light, looks good. Keyboard's a little bit shallow, as I mentioned. I think the backlight of the keyboard could be a little bit brighter, but that might be something you might want to consider if you're looking for a thin and light. And Jerry, it's a great laptop, and especially for $999 here in the US. I think it's a great deal. Me personally. But again, it depends on what applications you're going to run. If you need to run 64-bit apps that are not going to be able to run on it, then you're going to run into some issues. But if you're doing web browsing, email, consuming media, it's a fantastic device, and it's great. It's a great communication tool in the sense, and I really like it. Premiere Pro, you can go best for Premiere Pro. Where I just had that. Tech for Your Needs is asking a great. What's the best laptop for editing on Adobe Premiere Pro? I like the Dell XPS 15. And again, I'm looking forward to the refresh model that was leaked. But Dell XPS 15 is very good. Probably one of my favorites. You can go with the Razer laptop. The Pro, I believe, is another good one. There are a bunch of laptops you can look at. MacBook Pro 16 can run Premiere Pro, but I think it's more optimized, in my opinion, to run better with Final Cut Pro, but you can certainly run Premiere Pro on a Mac if you're looking for that kind of experience, and if you're looking for a Mac. But on the Windows side, I would go with the Dell XPS 15. I really do like it as far as an editing machine. Love its display. I love its the keyboard's good. Everything's really good. It looks nice. It's a really great all-arounder. I'm glad you like the live stream. We had a few difficulties, William. And I don't know how long this camera's going to go before it conks out on me. We started at 11:35 or so. So we're almost at an hour. I'm going to stick to an hour because I need to let it cool down. But the camera is better. But I'm trying to up the game of the live stream. So I see 48 of you in the live stream. Let me just check the stream, okay, to make sure everything is looking okay. Let's see here. It looks good. I mean, I gotta say, I'm impressed with my own live stream. 50 of you are watching. I had a few difficulties. Good thing I have this backup camera, but not looking good. But at least, And I have my beard, which is my quarantine beard, and the hair is starting to get long, but you're kind of probably used to it with me anyway, so with my beard and stuff. When will I do a review on the Inspiron 7000 2-in-1 4K? If Dell sends it to me, I'll review it. And I've got good contacts at Dell, so that might be a good possibility. Stay tuned. What is my favorite gaming laptop? Jerry's asking. I have a Razer coming, the 13, the new Razer Blade 13, so I'm really curious to see it. I like the Legion Y740 personally. I just like it. I reviewed it. And it's understated. It doesn't have ridiculous striping and all this stuff. It was a great all-around laptop. I really liked it, especially for gaming. It really has a nice GPU in it, good performance, good cooling on that. I thought it was pretty good. The Legion Y740, and I do have another gaming laptop, the Legion Y57, I forgot what it is, 540, 570, but it's a 17-inch version of that. So I'm going to be doing a video on that very soon, so stay tuned. What do I think about the Galaxy Chromebook $999? That's a good question. $999 is expensive for a Chromebook, but you're getting an AMOLED display, and Samsung makes some gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous AMOLED displays. I actually had it on order. I canceled it. And the reason I canceled it is because Chromebooks have done terrible this year on my channel. I did the new HP Chromebook X360 12B. I barely got 4,000 or 5,000 views. I did the Asus. I revisited, so to speak, the Asus Chromebook Flip C434, and that got 3,000 views, barely any views. So I can't, and I'm really upset because Asus sent me that one, and I was hoping to get more stuff from them, and I didn't want to start off on the wrong foot with them since I established a relationship with them. I want to get the Zephyrus G4, I want to get the ZenBook Pro 15, and all these other stuff that Asus produces, but I don't have it. So unfortunately, that's life, I guess. But we'll see. They're going to hopefully send it. I mean, my channel's doing great. It's just, that's the problem. So Chromebook, Samsung Chromebook, Galaxy Chromebook, $999 has, they don't want to call it an S Pen, but it's, for all intents and purposes, it is an S Pen. So I like it. You could take notes on it, but the battery life is atrocious from what I understand. It can't barely last 2-3 hours, depending on what you're doing. Maybe at most 4 hours, unless you really lower the screen down. But from what I'm hearing, terrible battery life. And that was one of the other reasons I didn't even want to bother reviewing it. Going out of pocket for more than $1,000 with tax and everything. So I had an order with Samsung and I canceled it. So I hope you understand. But if I get enough demand, if enough people ask, I will review it. I will get one and buy it, you know. Sharky165, how are you? And I'm glad you're enjoying this. I'm glad too. And again, I'm trying a different time for those joining us late. Normally I do this either on a Thursday or Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time. That means we're losing a lot of the people in Europe, a lot of other places. It's late in the East Coast at that point. So I wanted to do one on a Saturday afternoon, and this is looking like a better option. So we'll see how that all plays out, you know. But so far, it's looking good, and we'll see how many people. Right now, I have 51 of you in the live stream. We're going to probably go for another 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to call it a day because I still have to do the Amazon live stream today, and I still have to do some work on reviews. I got to finish that HP Envy Wood Edition. I got to do the new Spectre, the HP Dragonfly that I just took delivery of with that 1000 nit display, which is the SureView reflect privacy display. That's amazing. It's also got tile tracking. That's the low jack of laptops. So we're really got a lot to do this week, and I have a lot to do. But I wanted to get a live stream in because I know a lot of you have been missing it, catching it on the replay. Now, a lot of people say don't do it on your main channel. You're going to lose subscribers. I'm actually gaining subscribers, which is really good. Unless you need 4K, battery loss is too much for me. And I agree. And I recently talked about that in my Dell XPS 9300 review, where I said you don't need to go for that 4K UHD Plus display. You're going to get a hit on battery life. I'm sure the display is simply gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I have no doubt. But the Full HD Plus display gets you better battery life and is simply gorgeous in its own right. So, yeah, my feeling is unless you're a video editor, unless you're doing heavy Photoshop and stuff like that, Lightroom, and you need more pixels to get better quality photos and stuff to manipulate and to edit and so forth, then I would go with a 4K display that's more color accurate and has more pixels. But pushing more pixels, you're going to take a hit on the battery life. That's for sure. Jerry saying, so the Dell XPS is bringing the new 15-inch model. That is correct. I'm hearing from my sources in May. but it's not official. But I'm hearing through back channels May. And the 17-inch model is coming in June, from what I understand. So take it for what it is. Things could change, especially with this epidemic, or this pandemic, rather, on us. Yeah, that's a good idea, Exposito. I think that's a really good idea. Architects, of course, a lot of them are looking at mobile workstations like the Dell Precision 5540, which I reviewed, the Lenovo ThinkPad P1 Gen 2, and I can't wait till Gen 3, by the way. You're going to look at the HP ZBook line. The ZBook 15G6 is another one. And I would look at that. Let me just turn my phone off. So, yeah, I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. So, yeah, those are some of your options, and it would make for a great video, and I plan to do that sometime pretty soon, hopefully. So, Exposito, stay tuned. Juan Vargas is saying, I'm waiting for the new XPS 15 before I decide to switch to the MacBook Pro. Good decision. I'm hearing really good stuff. And if you know, I did a live stream a couple of weeks ago on the leaked information on the new XPS 15, the new 17, looking really good, especially the move to a 16:10 aspect ratio, which you know I absolutely love, especially on that Dell XPS 13. Transferring that over to the 15 and 17 would be a fantastic move. Give me those thin bezels, give me the more screen real estate, and I'm sold. So I can't wait to get my hands on it, which I expect to get review units on when they are released. So, Juan, I definitely would wait, if you can, for another month. So, Tech Realm is asking, should I buy the Spectre X360 13 or the XPS 13 2-in-1? I can only afford the Core i5 model. I do like the 16:10 and the maglev keyboard, personally. And a lot of people feel that way. So, even though I don't like the maglev, it's not terrible. Don't get me wrong, it's not terrible. But the HP is cheaper. Yes. So here's what I would suggest. If you really like the Dell, and I reviewed the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 in October of last year, so I'm sure you've checked it out, but other people who haven't, check it out. It's a great 2-in-1. I love the pen. I love the display. It's basically the same display as the XPS 13 we just reviewed. But in a 2-in-1 convertible with a pen layer on it, a pen with pen support. And the pen worked fantastic. So if you don't mind the maglev keyboard, it might be worth it. And you might be able to find it on sale. Now, having said that, the HP Spectre X360 can be had for a very cheap price. And you can get it with a Core i7 for even under $1,000 if you look around. So that, to me, is fantastic. So, but again, price is going to be an issue. And I mentioned this in the showdown. That price is always going to be an issue, especially when it comes to between Dell and HP. HP is very aggressive in the pricing. They give you the pen in the box. Dell, you're going to have to buy the pen separately. So it's, again, adding to the cost. But to me, I love the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 if it wasn't for the maglev keyboard. But since Tech Realm, you don't mind that keyboard, you actually like it, and a lot of people do, go with that. And if you don't mind spending the extra money. Now, keep lookout for sales. I'll always try to put the latest pricing, of course, and if I hear of anything, I'll let you know. But that's my thoughts on it. I'm a Dell XPS 13 guy as well, but I also love the Spectre line. But again, price is going to be an issue. But if they and I'm looking for the refresh, by the way, on the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 later this year, probably this fall, and I'm expecting them to move to that keyboard we saw on the XPS 13 9300, which I just reviewed. So that's another thing to consider. So I would keep that in mind. Let's see here. Harsh Thakor is saying, should I go for a Spectre X360 or wait for the new Ryzen-powered NV X360? Will the NV X360 be more bang for the buck? I do anticipate it having more bang for the buck. The NV line traditionally would give you some more value, but you're not skimping on premiumness of it as well. So it's a high-end device, don't get me wrong, but just not on the same price level as the Spectre X360. Having said that, we have to see what the new refresh of the Spectre X360 will be. Right now, you can get the current model, the late 2019 model, on sale for less than $1,000. I'm going to be going live on Amazon in a little bit, and I'm going to be talking about that. So you may want to catch my Amazon live stream. For those that are not following me on Twitter, where I'll alert everybody of all this stuff, follow me at Andrew Mark David, or just type my name, Andrew Mark David. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Hit the like button to make sure people are seeing this video, because the algorithm likes when you hit the like button. And so I appreciate that. And I'm also open for super chats for anybody helping to support the channel. It would be much appreciated. Not necessary, but, and again, memberships will be coming next week. So stay tuned. I will talk more about what you will be getting in the membership levels, the different tiers. It'll be great. William is asking, for the value of the HP Spectre will meet most people's needs. I agree. Price is reasonable for what you get. I wholeheartedly agree. And most people will be more than happy with this. I agree 100% with what you just said. And again, one of the reasons I gave the price to value win, even though I had the wrong box checked in my video, in my showdown, is because price to value, the HP Spectre wins in that regard, because you're getting a lot for the money. You're getting the premium feel, you're getting the battery life, you're getting the nice display, you're getting the nice look with that gem cut design, you're getting the ports with an USB-A port that you don't get with the XPS 13, you get the pen included. I mean, what more can you ask? And I think they even throw in a case. I don't know, depending on which SKU you get. That's pretty good. I mean, that's a great thing, actually. Tech Realm is saying, thanks. Yeah, I'm looking for deals. Maybe the Memorial Day sales. That's a good point. And last year, $400 off on the XPS. So if you can wait, maybe wait a little bit. I anticipate the XPS 13 going on sale at some point. Right now, I haven't checked the latest pricing. There is 32 gigabyte available here in the United States. For those waiting for a 32 gigabyte option, you can get it. Of course, you'll pay more money for it. But for those that want 32 gigabytes of RAM, you can get it on that. You cannot get that option on the XPS 13, on the HP Spectre X360, at least on late last year's model. We don't know yet with the new model coming later this year. And they do give you the pleather case, which I think is a great move. And I think I have it here. So this is not the one. This is the one for the Elite Dragonfly. That's real leather. They give you something like this. This might be the 2018 one, but they give you something like this. And they even give you a little place to store the pen. So you put the pen. So here's the pen. And then you put it in here. And that's how you store the pen. Great little look. And then I'll even... all my laptops are falling. And then I'll just put it in here to show you. I'm not using a dual camera right now. So, and here it is. So you see, this might be my wife's 2018 model sleeve, but it still works for this one. Again, just to give you the idea of what you get. And again, price to value is really good. Jerry is liking this. Okay, I'm happy. I will try my best to increase your subscribers. I'm threatening you, but yeah, you deserve. I appreciate that, and you're not you're helping me actually. I need more people like you, so I'm glad you like it. I got a chance to look at I got a chance to look at the Lenovo ThinkBook Plus. If you saw my CES video, I got some hands-on time with it. I got invited to Lenovo's private suite where they were showing off some of their new stuff, including that foldable tablet coming later this year, or hopefully coming later this year. Who knows with the pandemic? But I also got a chance to check out the ThinkBook Plus. Came away really impressed. Pretty innovative stuff, pretty impressive stuff, and I'm expecting to review that as well. So stay tuned on that. But if you haven't checked it out, check out back in January on my CES videos. I did get a chance to get hands-on time with it, so you will see it when I toured the suite. I gave some time to that as well, so check it out. TicWatch is here. Okay, so I had a few technical difficulties still in the box. This is the TicWatch Pro 2020. I'm going to do an unboxing of it probably on my Amazon live stream, which will be coming at 1:30 today. So I'm anticipating that. This is the TicWatch with LTE, and I'm loving this as well. So I reviewed this already. I already unboxed that one. But very similar. There are a few differences. There's a different strap on the new one. You won't get, it'll be half leather, half silicone. This one's all silicone, more sporty. The other one gets a little bit more premium look, I think. But again, I still have to unbox this. Harsh. I will unbox this probably on my live stream for Amazon later today. So if you're not following me on Twitter, I will tweet out when I will go live on that. But we got a little bit sidetracked today. I sort of planned to do a simulcast, but I got a little sidetracked. And the other thing is, on Amazon, you could only, I didn't realize this when I planned this, you could only do 720p, not 1080p, which is what I'm doing now. And I wanted to really do a 1080p, considering I'm using a Sony a6300. I want to get the most out of the stream. So, not the case tonight. But I am using the Sony, and it did conk out on us, and who knows when it'll overheat again. But that's Sony for you, so we'll see. So I will. This is about $249 or $239 for the LTE. I think the new TicWatch Pro is $259. So I don't know. You can see it's a little bit different. I'm not going to open it up now, only simply because I want to save something for the Amazon live stream, which was supposed to be simulcast with this. So make a long story short, stay tuned. What's my opinion on the HP Tilt Pen? I like the Tilt Pen, and for note taking, it's fine. I think it did the job. It could get a little pricey, but it has tilt functionality, and I think we're seeing more application. I'm not a huge artist, digital artist. I do test them in my videos, and I do talk about it, but I do take notes with pens, so I can tell you it works well for taking notes. But as far as artwork and tilt function, all that stuff with Adobe and all that, I'm not the expert on that. I never claimed to be, but I imagine it will be good. You know who's good with that? Lisa, who's an artist. Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. She does a great job on that. Yes, it does, Jerry. It has Windows Hello camera. It's pretty impressive that they were able to put a Windows Hello camera in the right here. It's so tiny you can hardly see it, and it is Windows Hello. Now, the camera itself is not great. But the fact that they were able to put such a small camera in such a tiny bezel is an engineering feat in its own right. So pretty impressive stuff. Good question, Paul. What is for USB powered portable lapel micro? USB powered. Well, I use the Rode. Hold on. It's not portable. This is what I'm using here. It can be portable, actually. This is the USB Rode NT1, and you can get this for about $150, and I think it sounds good, right? And it's a USB-powered mic. And I think it sounds pretty good, and I have it on a Rode arm. You can't really see it here, but sort of see part of it. This might be one you want to check out. Not too expensive. You can use the Yeti. Yeti makes a mini one. I haven't used it, the Blue Yeti, but I go with Rode mostly. For lav mic, you want lav, or you want a portable lapel. Here's what I use. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay. I use the Rode Video Mic Go. And what it is, this plugs into my camera through a 3.5 millimeter audio, and then this is the receiver that goes onto the lapel with, and this could act at its own. You don't need it. It has a microphone on it right in the front, and then of course you could attach your lapel, and then you could put it on your shirt or whatever. And it's the Rode Video Mic Go, and you can get these for about $200. Maybe even less on sale. I use that. Now, it's not USB powered. I don't really know which one I would use. I would do a search on Amazon on B&H Photo, but hopefully that helps you. But I like Rode products personally. And this is a good mic if you want a USB mic. It's not a lapel mic, of course, but it's a good condenser type mic. I don't know how smartphones can have such great cameras, but not on a premium ultra portable. And and Dan, I get that a lot. As far as why are they not putting? You know what the best webcam was the Surface Pro 7 at 1080p, and it looked the best. Check out my review. I looked at it the other day, and I forgot how good the webcam is on that. And especially when you're working from home now, I would be using that. I just don't have one anymore, but I'm waiting for the Surface Pro 8, of course. I can't keep everything. All right, we're over an hour now. I don't know how. Okay, we just answered that. Paul is saying, looks good. Thanks. Please put in links for both in the video later if I can. I will for both the video mic Pro, Rode Mic Pro, and this one as well, in case you're thinking of doing something with microphones. You can't go wrong. I love Rode. That's my personal preference, but you got Sennheiser out there. You got Blue Yeti and stuff if you're starting out. It just depends on what your needs are. I happen to like Rode microphones. What do I think about prices of 2020 models that will be released given the world situation? It's going to be interesting. We haven't, so far, we saw the Dell XPS 13 got released during a pandemic, and the price was about what we'd expect for the Dell XPS 13. But of course, that was already in the pipelines. That was probably a year in the making before any of this began. So I don't know how that affected. It was early on in the pandemic, but we still see other releases coming out. Apple released their smartphone, the iPhone SE, the new version, and that was $399. They went a different route. But then we saw OnePlus go really expensive. So it's all crazy right now. Everything's upside down. This whole world is upside down right now. You just go to Amazon Live. It should say upcoming stream. You could also look at my Twitter feed, Dan, at Andrew Mark David. Make sure you follow me, and I will post a link when I go live. I'm expecting to go at 1:30 today. Okay? And then you can watch me on Amazon Live. And I would appreciate it if you guys can check it out, because it would be nice if you guys can contribute. I planned, and as I mentioned earlier in the stream, for those that are joining us late, I planned to do a simulcast, but it got a little bit messed up because I didn't realize I can't do 1080p at the same time for Amazon Live. So I'd have to bump this down to 720p, which I could always do in the next stream. But I wanted to do 1080p. I wanted to really step up the game. And so far the camera's holding up, not overheating like it did in the middle of the stream. So we'll see. I hope the new XPS 15 comes with an IR camera for Windows Hello and good GPU at least 6 gigabytes. Yeah, I do expect that. I don't know about 6 gigabytes, but I'm hoping. I'm thinking we will get it, and I'm expecting Windows Hello camera. And they did that on the new XPS 13, and I would be shocked if they didn't put a Windows Hello infrared camera on the 15 and 17-inch as well. That's coming. Let's not forget, there's a 17-inch version coming as well. Jerry saying, due to the crisis of this virus, will price... You're probably asking me, do you think price will go up? It depends. Supply and demand. It's simple economics, right? We've seen webcams and camera equipment in general skyrocketing because people are now working from home. They need video conferencing equipment. So webcam that would cost $50 is now costing $300 on Amazon Live, and they're price gouging. And these third-party sellers are trying to rip people off. And it's kind of it's a shame. Jerry's saying keyboard is a fabric material, is a cheap plastic material, and the touch bar, is it which material? Stainless steel or fabric? XPS 13. Oh no, the XPS 13 is great material. I could switch to that blurry camera just to give you an idea. I hate to do this, but move this stuff out of the way. It's not going to be the best, but Jerry, what you're looking at here is the keyboard, and you're talking. I'm assuming you're talking about the XPS 13. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this keyboard is excellent. So this is glass woven fiber. It's like a hard material, very durable, very premium feeling. It is very good against fingerprints. You don't see any fingerprints on this, whereas you would get the black carbon fiber. You would get a lot of fingerprints. Good key travel on the keyboard. I'm assuming you're talking about this, Jerry. Good key travel on this. Really good stuff. In fact, I could probably bump that up. Let's just swap out. And you can see here a little bit better. Is that what you're talking about, Jerry? And again, This is one of my favorite clamshells right now. Favorite 2-in-1 would be HP Spectre X360 for price. To really check all the boxes, it really does. And I hope that answered your question, Jerry. So we got 42 of you in the live stream. It's looking good. Okay. Okay, I see we have a super chat, but I don't know how to put it onto the screen. It's from Cameron Bosch, and he gave me $1.99. I appreciate that so much, Cameron. It's not showing up on my stream yet. Hopefully it will show up. It's a little bit behind, people. It's interesting. It's not showing my... Cameron, I want to put you up. And by the way, I have something special for Cameron. I can't put you on the screen because I don't know what's going on. But you did give a super chat and you're getting this. Coming up. So that's for you. Cameron, thank you. And there you are. Okay. So I guess it doesn't know how to handle super chats. I appreciate that. And you're going to get another one because that's my signature call. Coming up. The super chat and you're getting this. Coming up. All right. So, okay, I had to do that. Okay. So I appreciate that. Anybody want to give a super chat? It's more than appreciated and definitely helps out the channel. Not necessary, but definitely appreciated. You like that, Manuel? Let me do it again. And by the way, I'm using this so you could do different things. You got applause. We got a DJ air horn. I did that as a special effect for you. Max, you like it as well, right? Okay. Let's do another one just for you. Coming up. Okay. Good question. Zephyrus G14, which I'm hoping to get from Asus. They're saying I'm on the waiting list for that. And then the Blade 13, Blade Stealth 13, I'm also getting. I got contacted, for those that didn't catch the last live stream, I got contacted by the PR person for Razer, and they are impressed with my channel, and they reached out to me this time. Instead of me keep emailing them, they actually reached out to me. So good sign to get Razer stuff, so stay tuned. Same question Jerry has. What is your favorite call? Dell XPS 13, HP, or the MacBook Pro 16? Should I wait for the new Dell XPS 15? Wait for the 15. I'm just so curious about it because of the move to the 16:10 aspect ratio, the move to we can take this out. The move to the different processor, the new 10th generation processor, hopefully better cooling. One of the things that plagued the XPS 15 was, especially the Core i9 version, was that thermals were an issue. It would overheat and it would start to thermal throttle. Hopefully they fixed that in the new iteration. Of course, we expect that sometime in May. I didn't answer Cameron. Okay. Cameron. Cameron, what did you ask? I'm lost on the stream here a little bit because I was working on something else. So just remind me. Sorry, Neil, if I didn't answer him. But if Cameron, you're still watching, you said you're welcome. Oh, I did. I did say thank you to Cameron. He gave a super chat. I did say thank you. So, what do you think about the Thunderbolt in the new XPS 15? Plunderbolt. Thunderbolt, I assume you're saying. In the new XPS 15, it should be good. I mean, it should have four more. It's going to have, I think it supports up to 16 lanes as opposed to 4 lanes. I know the chipset can support more lanes, more PCIe lanes, right? So I'm excited about that. I think the potential is if it has 4 and at 16, I believe, then you're looking at some pretty awesome throughput. So connecting external GPUs, 4K, multiple 4K monitors or even higher, should be pretty interesting. So yes, I'm looking forward to what this can do in terms of Thunderbolt 3. And the touch bar of the 13, is it made of stainless steel or is it fabric material? The touch, are you talking about the touchpad? I think you're talking about the touchpad. Okay. It's very good. It's a glass touchpad. It's 17% bigger than the previous model, and it's really good. I like it a lot. And it's very responsive. So it's a glass. It's really smooth feeling and very responsive. Oh, his super chat question. Oh, yeah. Okay. So Mac. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't answer the question, even though you gave me the super chat. Cameron was asking when he gave his super chat, MacBook Air, MacBook Pro 14, or HP Spectre X360. Out of those, I'm curious to see what the MacBook Pro 14, of course, has not been released, but I'm anticipating it very soon. And on the 15, on the Spectre X360, I like that a lot. Again, I want to see what the refresh this year will be. So, but the intriguing one here, the dark horse one, is going to be the MacBook Pro 14. Remember, they moved from a 15.4 inch to a 16 inch display. We're anticipating a move from a 13.3 inch display to a 14 inch display to give you a little bit more screen real estate, maybe slimmer bezels. So we'll see. Nothing released yet by Apple, but thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Really appreciate it. Hopefully that answers. So what my answer would be, let's wait to see what Apple has to release. And I think it's going to be WWDC or something. I don't know. I don't know when they're going to release it. But we'll see with this crazy times. But thank you, Cameron. I appreciate it. Again, hopefully that answers your question. I meant to, and the thing is, I meant to answer that for you. Glad to help. Okay. All right, let's talk battery life. What about battery and how long does it last for one whole day? And should we keep for charging in every few hours? So battery life, again, if you haven't seen my, and the camera went, I think it went dead. If you haven't seen my review of the XPS 13 on my continuous web surfing test at a Wi-Fi over 100 at 150 nits, you're looking at 12 hours and 13 minutes, I believe. Oh, no, so 10 hours and 13 minutes on the Dell XPS 13 rather. Very good battery life. So you're looking at really good battery life. And it took less than 2 hours for a full charge with the included 45-watt USB-C adapter. So really, really did the job. So hopefully that answers the question. Speaking of the touch bar, I hate it also. I just think Apple should just get rid of it. And for God's sakes, put a touch screen on the MacBook line, please. I know people will get mad at me when I say that. Oh, we'll get an iPad. No, I don't want to get an iPad Pro. I want to get a MacBook with a touch screen, just like I can get a Dell XPS 13 and then touch and non-touch. I want the ability to choose. And there we go. We lost that camera. I knew it was going to happen. All right, let's take this off, and I think we're going to wrap it up. So we're back. We're back on the FaceTime camera, but it's been a good live stream, people. And I think it's time to call it a night, or call it a day or a night, depending where you are. Really good stuff. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties. We're getting a little bit better each week. I think Saturdays might be a good live stream time for people. I don't know. I may just do 2 a week. We'll see. But I'm going to sign off here because I think we're already getting to almost an hour. I need to cool down that camera for the Amazon live stream. If you're not following me on Twitter, at Andrew Mark David for the Twitter handle, and of course follow me on Facebook, and of course subscribe to my channel. You can just do a search, Andrew Mark David. You know where to find me. All my videos are there, and I agree. I know Paul is agreeing with me on my view on touchscreens and Macs. So I'm going to call it a day or a night, depending again where you are. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to all you guys. Paul, thank you. Thanks to Dan. You've been great. I'll try to get your questions in the chat or in the comment section because I got to get ready for Amazon Live in a half an hour. Cameron, I want to thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Hopefully I answered your question. Jerry, great questions tonight. I hope I helped you. And I plan to do another one next week. So check it out. I may do this twice because this way we can cover all the different time zones, or at least attempt to try to cover the different time zones. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties, but I think we made it through, right? We got over an hour and we did a pretty decent job. So till next time, and until, let's just get that sound effect one more time. Coming up. So until the next video, this is Andrew. I'm going to sign off. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, everyone, and see you next time. Bye-bye.